Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Cullivan, and today is day 1 of Unit 8, our final unit in 2nd grade. And this unit is all about what America means to you. Now, I know a lot of your families your moms and dads and your grandmas were not born in America, but they chose to move here for different reasons. And now, because they are living here, you are living here, we are all Americans together. So we are going to spend the next 4 weeks talking about holidays and celebrations and what America means to you. So let's start learning some new vocabulary words. You ready? Our first word is American. An American means anything that has to do with the United States. Our country is called the United States of America. And that's where we all live, and we are all citizens. We learned what it was to be a good citizen here. So anytime you hear something before that, American holiday, American celebrations, American people, it means anything that has to do with the United States. Belief is our next vocabulary word. And a belief is a strong feeling that something is true. So we have beliefs in our lives, in our culture, in our families, and those are things that we believe in our hearts to be true. Not everybody has the same beliefs, and we have to be respectful to each other. That sometimes I might believe something differently than you. That doesn't mean that I'm wrong or you're wrong. It just means that's what we believe, and we have to be respectful and kind of each other when we have different beliefs. The next word is culture. And culture is the way of life, art, your ideas, and your customs from a group of people. And at Christmas time, we shared some of our cultures because everybody celebrated Christmas a little bit differently, right? If your family is from Mexico, you might have some Mexican culture in your family and things that you do because your family is from Mexico. People from Guatemala might do things a little bit differently. And people from Ireland, if you're Irish or Italian, you might celebrate things a little bit differently as well. Because you're Irish, you might celebrate St. Patrick's Day, or Italian people might celebrate Christmas a little bit differently than Mexican people do. And that's part of your culture. And it's fun to learn about other people's cultures. And again, we want to be respectful to people. If they celebrate things differently, or they wear different kinds of clothes, or they eat different kinds of food, that's part of their culture. And you want to be respectful and kind of that, even if it's different than what your culture is. History. History is the study of people and events from the past. And learning about history is very important because the people that lived before us did many great things. They also made many mistakes. And we need to learn from history what people did that was good and great, and also what people did that was mean or unkind or wrong. And we want to learn from those from history so that we do not repeat the mistakes that people made in the past, and that we can continue doing the good things that people did in the past. In this picture, you can see a lot of great people from the past who did good and great things for our American country. I see George Washington, our first president, John Kennedy, who was president of the United States, who was born and lived right here in Massachusetts, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks. Those were all great Americans who did good and great things for our country. Holidays. A holiday is a special day when many people do not work. So we have many American holidays that we celebrate. New Year's Eve, Martin Luther King Day, Memorial Day, Columbus Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas. And most of those holidays are celebrated by Americans, but not all. Some Americans do not celebrate all of those holidays, and that's okay. But a lot of times when we have those holidays, schools and places are closed so that people can get together with their families and celebrate the holiday. Language. A language is a system of words and grammar used by people to talk and write to each other. So in school, we mostly always speak English, but a lot of you speak another language at home. A lot of kids at home speak Spanish. That's a different language than English. Miss Cullivan's trying to learn to speak a lot of Spanish right now. I only know a little. Most of you boys and girls are very lucky because you know a lot of Spanish and you know a lot of English. That means you know 2 languages. Some people speak Khmer, some people speak Italian, some people speak French, and there are a lot of different languages in the whole world. And here in the United States, we have a lot of people who speak other languages. Tradition. A tradition is a custom or a belief that is shared by a group of people. So I talked a little bit about this when we talked about culture. But tradition is customs or beliefs that you do within your culture. So you can see there's a Mexican, a beautiful woman dancing, and she has Mexican style clothes on, and she's probably doing a Mexican dance. I see a Native American and they're doing some kind of dance. I see a grandma and 2 kids making a recipe. I see some eggs in a bowl. It might be a tradition that every Easter grandma makes cupcakes with the kids, right? Or a special meal that you eat on certain holidays. That is, I think, that's like a Chinese dragon dance. And on special holidays in Asia, they have those big giant dragons and they do a dance and have a parade. That's one of their traditions. Hanging stockings at Christmas time is a tradition. See those red and white stockings? That's a tradition. You might do that in your house at the holidays, but you might not. That's a tradition. It's something that's shared by a group of people. All right. Okay, one final thing I wanted to talk to you about is grammar before we finish this video. This week in grammar, we're going to be talking about prepositions. Prepositions can be used in your writing to add details. Some prepositions can tell you where something is or someone is. So you could write a sentence that just says, we watched the parade. We watched the parade. 4 words, yeah, it's okay. But if you wanted to add, we watched the parade on Main Street. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words in your sentence, which is a better 2nd grade sentence. And it also gives a little more detail to your reader to know, okay, they were on Main Street when they were watching the parade. We sat under a big tree. Under is the preposition because that tells you where they were sitting. The sun above us was very hot. Above is a preposition which tells us where the sun was. It was above us. Then we had a picnic in the park. Now, you use these words all the time in your writing already, boys and girls, because you are good writers and you write great sentences. You just didn't know they were called prepositions. So we're just going to learn about them this week, and we're going to try to add them into our sentences. So it's a good way to think about how I can make my sentence longer and how I could add more details so that my writing is more interesting for my readers. So that's it for today, boys and girls. Thanks for listening. I'll see you tomorrow.